Hello crafters, I'm JanB and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Today I'd like to show you how I made this card. I posted this to my blog the other day and I had inquiries about how did I make the trees go green like that. So that's what this video is all about. Before I start, I would like to show you some little experiments I've been doing. I did this card using our normal Whisper White paper, which isn't ideal for when you're applying a lot of moisture. And if I can show you this card here, this is another one I did using this one. Let me just zoom you in a bit and I can show you the problems of too much moisture on our normal Whisper White paper. Right, okay, now if I can show you this, can you see that tree there where the paper has started to disintegrate? This little bit here, oops, where are we going? Here. Okay, that's because this paper isn't designed to take moisture. So after that I decided to have a go with our watercolour paper. Give the camera time to focus. And this did it so that the ink missed quite a lot of the paper. So when I went over with my blender pen, it didn't give a particularly good effect. I don't like that at all. So that was a definite no-no. And then I moved on to our shimmery white paper. And the effect on this one is beautiful. I've done this, there's been no problems with it. As you can see, the sparkle in the card there. This paper is quite happy to take moisture. Not loads of it obviously, but the amount that this card is going to require, it takes it beautifully. And the other thing that I've tried, since I made this card, where are we? I've lost it. Since I've made this card, I've been using Ink of Stella, our new glitter pen, and it is absolutely stunning. So this is another one that I did on our normal Whisper White paper, which I was exceptionally careful with, and I've got the glitter on there by using Ink of Stella. Okay, so both work, this one and the one that I posted to my blog. It's just up to you to decide which one you like best. With this one, there is definite texture there. That's bumped. The green is actually raised on there, whereas this is more or less flat. So plenty of choices. So let me just zoom you back out again. A little bit on the slow side, so there we go. Right, so this is the one we're going to make. I will do it the same as this, using dazzling diamonds. But just to let you know, if you wanted to do, where is it? This one, if you wanted to use Ink of Stella, you can do. That would work really nicely. And this one here is the shimmery white paper, where I've done it the same as this. In fact, thinking about it, maybe I'll do the Ink of Stella on this, because I haven't yet, have I? That was on the normal Whisper White. Okay, so then we'll have all three. We'll have that one, normal Whisper White with the dazzling diamonds, the shimmery white with dazzling diamonds, and then we could have a shimmery white with Ink of Stella. Okay. Right, so let's see how we get on. Let's move those not too far over, otherwise you can't see them. Right, to start off with then, the card pieces you're going to need. When I'm using the shimmery white paper, I use it for my card base as well, because the colour of this is quite different from our normal Whisper White. See, it's quite a creamy colour in comparison. So I like my card to be the same. So the card base is, let's get these out of the way. This measures 8 1/4 by 5 3/4, scored at 4 1/8 folded in half. Then there's a layer of Mossy Meadow, and that measures 4 inches by 5 5/8 inches. Another piece of white shimmery paper, cardstock, and that measures 3 7/8 by 5 1/2 inches. And you'll need one piece to do the plain. Right, so we'll start doing the stamping first. And the trees, that comes from the Lovely as a Tree stamp set. This looks really dirty because I've been using it several times today and I haven't been cleaning it in between because I've been sticking to the same colours. I really haven't seen that has been necessary. So I'm going to start off with Early Espresso and Mossy Meadow, and I'm going to ink my stamp up by using Daubers. Let's see, this one's the Mossy Meadow, that's that side, and that is for the Early Espresso. Right, I'm going to do the Early Espresso first, and I'm just doing that on the ground and the tree trunks. Normally I would use my marker pens to do the my ink pads, my stamps. When I want to do different colours I normally use markers, but with the Daubers it really does get a lot of ink on there, which is what we need for this. Right, so that's that, and then we do the Mossy Green, Mossy Meadow rather. I know this stamp looks really, really dirty, but it will clean up nicely. There we go, that should be nice. Now what I'm planning to do is I'm going to turn this over, stamp it and judge it so that I've got the same amount of gap there, there and there, so it's nicely positioned towards the bottom, and I'm going to huff on it in case it's dried. Hold on. That is just so unladylike, it really is. Right, okay. Just give it a good press. There we go, that comes up beautifully, really lovely. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of our blender pens and I'm going to colour over the green. And what happens is it just drags all the green over, because I'm not sure if it's just water inside this pen or if there's a chemical with it on what, but it does just drag the colour over but still leaves all the branches and everything there. As you can see, I come down and around where there aren't branches just to give it you know, a real tree shape. If you didn't want to put any glitter on, you could just leave it like this. Sorry about the squeak, sounds like mice, doesn't it? If you find that you're not getting much in the way of green spreading around like this, it may be that your marker pen is drying out. There we go. So that's all that needs to be done there. And what I like to do before I put my pen away is just to give it a little bit of a clean. That's it. If you haven't tried these blender pens, you should. They really are absolutely brilliant. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that to one side to allow it to dry a little bit, and I'm going to move on to do my plane. So I've got my scrap piece of paper. The plane is from a stamp set called Sky is the Limit, which is part of the free products you can earn during Sale-a-bration, which started today. But this stamp set is only available up until the 15th of February. Sale-a-bration goes on to the 31st of March, but there are 3 products that will only be available till 15th of March. So if you have a look at the catalogue and you think you want this one and a couple of others, make sure that this one is the first one, because the time on this is limited. Okay, so the stamp is here, and I'm going to use my black Archival ink. Let's just move that up, I don't want to get that dirty. Right, okay, so in fact I just tipped that over, didn't I? Felt that go. Let me just get a piece of my kitchen roll. There we go. Right, let's try that again. Just make sure you've got enough ink all over that. Good press down. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful image this is. Let me show you a bit closer. It's absolutely fabulous for masculine cards. Right, in fact, while I've got this out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp the sentiment on here as well. And the sentiment I'm using is the Happy Birthday, which is also from this stamp set. Yes, it is. It's this one here that I'm going to be using. Right, I'm going to have to get this as close onto my head as I can without getting my head in the camera. Right, I'll concentrate, get this straight. Well, it looks as if it's taking off slightly, but that's alright, that's close enough. Right, okay, so the plane, I don't do too much colouring on this, but I do just like to colour the body, the plain body in. So I bring my marker pen back. I've already squeezed this so that I've got some ink on the inside. And then I take some of this. Don't want it too dark. So first of all I do this bit underneath the wings, and then the back tail fin, and then the main body. Right, then I do this bit in here, which is obviously the propeller part, and I think it should just come round about like that. There we go, that's fine. That will do nicely. And my scrap of paper again, it's fallen on the floor. Just turning that as I'm rubbing it, just to make sure the ink is off all sides. Now that plane needs to be fussy cut, but I've already done one. I've got it already up there. So what I'm going to do now is I will do Wink of Stella, I think, because this is the same paper and I've done the Dazzling Diamonds. If you want to do Dazzling Diamonds, what you need to do is to take a two-way glue pen, paint over all your green area, and then sprinkle the Dazzling Diamonds all over it, and then shake it all off. And I would put it aside to leave it to dry for a little while, because with this, there is, and what you've done on here, there's quite a bit of moisture in there. But as I say, I think on this one I'm going to use the Wink of Stella. It will give you a chance to see what the differences are. The beauty about this one is that it does dry straight away. I'm not going to worry about it too much because I can always come back later if I find that I've missed some areas. Getting these treetops to go green like this, it really adds so much. In fact, I think I've used this technique for about 3 cards recently. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my cards together, and I'll use Tombow for that. Not that one, let's try this. There we go. And then this one. There we go. And then this is the plain that I did earlier on. Got all my dimensionals on the bottom as well. And all I'm doing is making sure that this goes on so that none of the dimensionals touch any of the green, just in case it is still wet. There we go. So a really nice, quick, easy, stunning card to do. And these are the 3 possibilities for you. Normal Whisper White with Dazzling Diamonds, Shimmery White paper, cardstock rather, with Dazzling Diamonds, and Shimmery White with Wink of Stella. All look really lovely. Ask me which I think is best. I would go for this, and the reason I go for that is I think because it's such a nice green. I don't know, what do you think? Anyway, many thanks for joining me today and watching my video. If you have any questions, please contact me. I'm always happy to help. If you've enjoyed my video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button, which is probably on the right hand side of your screen, although it may be underneath depending on what you're watching this on. If you'd like to buy any of the products that I featured here, please click on the 24/7 link below the screen, and that'll take you straight to my Stampin' Up shop. Many thanks for joining me today. Until next time, happy crafting. Cheerio.